Okay, so in this video we'll talk about the third and final type of verbal. So as discussed in part one type of verbal are gerunds. And gerunds, they look like verbs, they were verbs maybe in a past life, but now they are functioning as nouns. So we've looked at these sentences. Kayaking in the bay is great exercise. So it can be replaced by a pronoun. It is great exercise. So here, kayaking in the bay is not an action. It is not a verb. It is not something you're doing. Rather, it is a thing. It is a noun. It is an it, right? It is great exercise. If you look at the second one, Steve gave it a try. Running here is not an action. It is not something you're doing. It is just this thing. So you can say Steve gave pizza a try. Steve gave hamburgers a try. Steve gave running a try. Running is just a thing. Running is a noun here. And the same is true with these other ones. The players practiced this. So breaking the press was a thing that they did. It is not an action. Right? We also looked at participles. Again, participles, they look like verbs. They're spelled like verbs, but they are not doing the job of verbs. They are doing the job of adjectives. And again, they're helping us to identify, to modify, to explain a noun. And they're answering those essential adjective questions. Well, which one are you talking about? What kind of this? So participles are doing the same things that adjectives do. Recall also that we said, well, gerunds, if you delete a gerund from a sentence, if you delete a noun from a sentence, your sentence is not going to make sense. You'll probably sound insane. So exercising is important for your health. Exercising is a gerund, right? So if you just delete a gerund and you say, hey, is important for your health, that's not correct. That sounds bizarre, right? So gerunds, you can't delete gerunds. Participles, you can. Participles are adjectives. Participles are giving us extra information, but they're generally not essential, right? So we can say the class is great for children. That's fine. You can delete participles. The third and final type of verbal are infinitives. And they're the easiest type of verbal. Now, in the textbook, it has sections on infinitives as nouns, infinitives as adjectives, and infinitives as adverbs. We're not doing that, okay? So please, in those homework assignments, just identify the infinitive. You do not need to determine whether it is a noun, adjective, or adverb. So infinitives are easy to identify. It's simply to plus a verb. So to run, to study, to sleep, to exercise, to drive, to think, to play, all of those are infinitives because they are to plus a verb. But infinitives are not prepositional phrases, right? So to the park, to the beach, those are not infinitives, right? Those are prepositional phrases because they are to plus a noun. To plus the noun, the park. To plus a noun, beach, right? So for the quiz, you need to be able to identify an infinitive, but you do not need to say whether it is an adverb, an adjective, or a noun. So please, as you're doing the homework in the later sections of chapter 4, just identify the infinitives. Don't worry with identifying whether they are also working as an adverb, adjective, or noun. That's all for infinitives. Easy, right?